Welcome back to the NDS. We are here at Kentucky for race 34 of the season. Nearing the end. Here's our lineup for the end of this round of 8. The cutoff race for the championship is here. And it's going to be a good one. KSSBSS on pole. As we run out to take the green flag to kick off the Oreo 400. Green. Definitely want to be careful here. Down the back. This race can get very interesting. Fast 1 and 2, wide 3 and 4. Every driver using every bit of track they've got to work with here. And so far, the favorites are out to play. 43, 16, 38, 34. Things are looking good for those drivers. Others who are competing are kind of behind the 8 ball so far. The 19, 31, 6, and 1 all have some catching up to do of various degrees. So far, the racing is underway is pretty awesome. 42 was managed to get down low and is actually making it work decently well. KSSBSS still leads, but others are slicing and dicing for that position. CS Fast 11 just on the top side there, just hasn't really had the season he wanted. As the front few are getting single filed out. Landon sitting in 4th, nice and smooth. 99, he might be back for another season. Maybe, maybe not. Never know till it happens. Now that one racer getting underneath Logan. Logan took the very high line around 3 and 4 that time. Pretty power move around the top. A little goofy. Well, that's what he's got going on. Misty Viper sitting where he is, just having himself a ball. Once again, making the playoffs and immediately blowing it in the first round. It's quite a weird strategy. Don't recommend doing it. Mizzou is fighting every last inch for the low side with the 5, but he just wasn't able to get it. He's going around the top a long way. Team Duke kind of takes down low, has to enter low there. The 4 of the Gametteers is just there behind Duke, and rounding out the top 20, fucking Ringo dude just sits in 66. Spacing out front, 43 is just taking it long right now. As other drivers are just kind of sitting there. As our first yellow of the day is out. This is lap 7. 77, 78. Should have figured it was some back of the field chicanery right here. Oh. Actually, there's some rookie chicanery. Seto just kind of gets right up there and clears herself in front of the 78. Seto goes around on the front stretch. Nowhere for the 77 to go. Minimal damage on the 10 of Benny Scholl. As 3 cars are destroyed. 78, 77, and oh. Yeah, he ain't doing so hot. Meanwhile, looks like Hamper is out of the race. Darkest Presence looks like he's out. Seto's out as well. Actually, they might get those cars back up again. Let's see what's happening down front of pit road. Ben McDonald off. Hyperdrive. Jake. Tigerman. Logan, your top 5. KSS VSS. That pole sitter's curse, I'm telling you. You do not want the first pit box on some of these tracks. They will not be nice to you. Meanwhile, as Ben McDonald now inherits a lead from Hyperdrive and Jake. 77-78 are out of the race. Seto's nightmare rookie season continues on earnest, and got quite a lot of drivers taking an extended stay on pit road. Let's see if they can make it up out on the track. Ben McDonald back to green. Now see Jake in third, Hyper in second. They're all just eyeing the prize right now. Don't lose your head. 29 of Jake. Able to just be a little bit competitive on the low side. Wanting that better line, but Hyper able to be a little bit strong here. Team Duke up to the top 10. Valiant effort, not good enough. The 43 making some moves, keeping in touch with the 1. That's all he needs. Don't let the 1 car get too far ahead of the 43 and you're all good. 38 just playing it safe, doing 38 things. And it looks like out front, the top 3 are still all lined up. Battle for 4th could kick up though. Tigerman, not one to let this one slip in. And Mizzou is moving up the field. The 19 could play spoiler and crash into the Final 4 unannounced. The 6 has the same game plan. And at this point, considering how bad 31 is in points, he might need it too. A mishmash of cars just competitively fighting for their seasons, and then they have the 66 just proud to be there, racing top 15. Top 3 pull away though as drivers out back continue to kind of take it easy. I think 23 is not as slow as I thought, and the other 2 are out of the race. The 1 and the 6 are just trying to arc it low, is just get their position as much as they can. The 31 is kind of getting cucked here by the 66 of all drivers. But you can kind of get a little bit of a run on the high side, see what you can make of it. Try to just let them cook. See what they can do. Mizzou's going way high though. That's just not good. The 1 to keep it in that battle, it's just too much to handle there. Top 6 now, all single file, is now a 6 down low, 19 up high. 31 has to slice through all this bullshit to make up position. And the 38's just a vibe. He ain't moving. The 8's back there, just running 14th. 84 had a bit of a rough stop. He's like dropped back there with CS Fast 11 and all those guys. All them weird characters. But I think the 31's able to kind of push past the 66 team and move on. Logan putting up a battle for 4th. He is the 42. Honestly, that team is due for their first race win, but it just has never come for Logan. And it has been a nightmare and a half waiting for it. Kyle D on the low side. He had himself a solid equipment this season, just wasn't able to make the playoffs. Kind of a missed season for the 3 team. So far, Ben McDonald is currently the ringmaster of Kentucky here. Hyperdrive has other plans. Just arcing the corner. So unique here. Seeing what you can do with it, what you have to do to get there. That Racer running 5th. KSS BSS back to 8th. The 43, he does have that point from being on pole, so. But he still has to keep in touch with that 1. That's all the 43 has to do right now. Just keep being there. Tiger Man there, battling that Racer for a spot, and Hyperdrive is going low for the lead, but Ben McDonald has been fighting on that outside. Even Jake is getting a kick out of the outside lane. Looking for second place. And they're throwing it, the 1 throwing it firewall deep into the corner, and is trying to get momentum on exit just to get past the 34. And it looks like the 1's going to get that spot. Tiger Man drops to 5th. KSS BSS moves up to 7th. The 1 and the 43, that's the battle I'm paying attention to the most. Meanwhile, the 16 is just on a whole nother level so far. He doesn't have to be the fastest. He just has to defend the right lane at the right time. Just has to play it safe, and everything will go according to plan. Yeah, the underdog team, 66. They're battling Toad Warrior. This is a spot for 12th, it seems. 66 is able to run that momentum a little bit more. RS Fast 11 being scored 16th position. Currently doing himself a decent job. Going off the corner 3 wide. Oh! Someone in the dirt. I think that might have been 42 of Logan. Yeah, he got tangled up with Duke, but he saves it. Logan and Duke getting into it on the front out of 4 is not on my bingo card, but that is not what the 31 wants to see at all. Wants to keep a clean operation. Meanwhile, the 38, he can afford this hitting points. He's outside the top 15, but he's got to start getting his act together. You don't want to drop too far back now. Especially with that Racer beaming in 3rd. Should I eye some concern for the 43 team running 7th right now? Just needs to keep in touch. Hyperdrive with a little bit of help from Racer trying to go for the lead. I think Racer might try to get second for himself. The 1 is fast here. The 1 is fast. Just how fast is fast enough to make the finale? Tiger Man there. Hyperdrive out front. Ben McDonald might try to switch it back. The 43 trying to keep in pace with the 1. And the 34 is doing himself a job. The 1 looking at the high side of Ben McDonald. Ho ho! And tries to switch it up low coming through 3 and 4. The top 7 have all the room in the world to race their way. '84's got some speed. Like, it's a crazy place. Come out and race today, boys. It's a hunting season. The 1 and the 62 go for it. Hyperdrive defending his lead with everything he's got. He does not want to give this one up. Trying to get some momentum. The 62 is up there as well. Gathering every last bit he can to get going forward. Side by side, they go. The 1 has the advantage, and Racer takes the lead. The 43 knows what he has to do. Just is he able to do it? KSS BSS running the best he can. Moves into 5th. Just one spot at a time. Maybe it might be the tires not have as much life as they used to, but there's some going on with these guys. KSS BSS trying to just take it easy. Toad Warrior back to 18th place. The 1's pulling away. It's all eyes on the 43 now. And if the 1 wins, someone else has to falter, whether it be the 16, 34, or 38. Toad Warrior may be running at 18th, but even that is a gap good enough to make it. The tires get slower. Team Duke is in 12th. Mizzou's running relative top 10, and Krugermeyer is beaming 8th. So all these drivers are on their A game right now. None spared. Take a look at that quick Rookie of the Year battle real quickly. Gamma has not been able to make up ground, staying 37th, while Vaxon's actually ahead for the time being. On how long they go on ailing tires, that is not something I have knowledge of. They're still running those high and as low as they can. As KSS BSS now takes 4th, but has to defend from incoming Tiger Man. That is a tough answer, to say the least. Hyper's been running high, Ben's been running low, and Racer's just been running faster than any of them. Is this the end of the 43 season? He's making each pass at a time. That is absolutely trying to maximize value here. Get up to 3rd. He wants to take this win in his own hands. Just might be a gap too far. Races up to 3rd. That is, at this point, you just have to hope somebody can knock Racer off the lead spot. As we have a crash into the outside wall, turn 4. Caution's out. I think we might know what this is. This didn't affect any of the finalists. They were well on their way beyond pit road, but it is 86 of Fred Jones barreling in the grass. A lot of the drivers out back Fred just hit pit road way too late. Oh, that's not what the caution was for at all. The caution was actually for Born Ready and Gamma. Both of them slide up. The 91 barely misses the wreck. And both Born and Gamma slam the outside wall. They both come down pit road. The 66 was on pit road. The 86 and the 26. There's only like, what, 5 cars. But any bit of what they got might make it more interesting. This time, KSS-BSS makes no mistake. It comes off pit road, second in order. Mizzou is the black sheep trying to stay with it, but KSS has to take the fight to Racer this time. Toad Warrior continuing to unimpress as drivers throughout the field are coming off pit road. Another disappointing race for the 66 team. I thought they had a good run, but an ill-advised caution puts them a lap down. Fred Jones is 2 laps down. Gamma's a lap down. Travis Scott and Bourne are a lap down. So this begs the question. You have to put up with what's out there. 25 laps. This is it. This is the hand that the field's been dealt. They just have to play it now. Can that one racer seal the deal? Or will the 43 seize the means of production? Back green. Racer trying to get by Born Ready. And Travis Scott. Those guys, if they can stay in front of the leaders, they can stay in the lead lap, but I'm not sure if it's going to be that way. Racer is bottom of 3 right now. KSS is having to deal with that. They come off the corner 3, almost 4 wide at some points. You just have to hope somebody can dispatch the 1 car if you're the 43 team. Fred Jones hard in the wall. 26 making contact as well. The 43 makes it down low. How much more can you take? Gamma, Ringo both out there. The 1 is trying to get right there to get by all of them. As that's what he does. Kyle D in second of all drivers. Now the 43 has to keep in touch and hope Kyle D can get the job done. Behind him, look at him. Logan, RS Fast and 11 there. Looking for a spot top 10. Toad Warrior starting to come back up in the Ascension. Yeah, the 86, he's running 40th, so that's going to be a tough ladder to fall if you DNF now. Hyper third. Now he's battling for second. The 1 is just gone. There's plenty of zigging and zagging in the field. Team Duke trying to go through bottom. Mizzou and Jake. Tiger Man, he's running top 5. He's doing a fine job. Viper driving second. It doesn't look like it, but just There's so much separation for the 1. You see Gamma and Ringo just there. Hyperdrive just kind of behind them. Kind of at their mercy. .42. He's looking at the bottom. Trying to make amends happen down there. Toad Warrior up to 14th. He's no better than he once was. Meanwhile, Landon, who was once a top 5 runner, now sprung all the way back to 20th. And others who are just running out there, just finishing the season, just seeing what all they got. Remember, Gamma's part of the lap down stuff, so him making a good run's out of the question. I don't know what that 1's got, but he's got something different right there. Within the 15 to go, maybe 16 to go even. One of those numbers. Hyperdrive 282. He's just running second right now. Alfred third, kicking up Kyle D and KSS BSS. The 43 wanting to seize his moment. The 3 actually kind of spaced off a little bit as Gamma in the wall. The 4 falls back a bit. Jake running here. 86. Just kind of trapped in a box. Not really sure what to do. .34 looks like he ran away up there, not meaning to. It kind of sucks there. Mizzou sitting 6. Team Duke is out top 5. 6 having to cross. Oh, Born Ready goes around. More involved. Jake gets a piece of it. Caution's out. Caution's out. That insurmountable lead of the 1 has been cut to size. This right here was a very high intensity moment for the 34 car Tiger Man. He was just like trying to get around Born so much that I just think he tried to clear there. Mizzou got a piece of it too. Mizzou did not want a piece of that. Ben McDonald he hit the 16 hit into it. The 29 gets a chunk of it. That is something right there. Let's take a look at Ben. Our driver is trying to line back up single file after the incident. Ben McDonald. He's there with damage. But I think he's going to stay in line. Jake all the way back to 24th with a messed up Born Ready as a lap down. Seeing a 12 tank gunner come in. And 1, 2, 3 are lined up 1, 2, 3. And this restart is going to be within 10 to go, so. And they're not pitting either. Sun's down. They know what's on the line. Tank Gunner took it in to retire the car from the race. They know what's on the line. The top three are all lined up, each with a fiery passion. They know why they're here, and they know what they must do. For Hyperdrive, it's to deny that one racer the spot in the Final Four. And for KSS, it's a spot in the Final Four of his own. For all the marbles, we now return to the green flag. Hyperdrive has to keep his composure here. And the racer has to get back in his mindset here. He had that big lead. He has to go back for it. Remember, the 66 will slow up those guys behind, so it's just 3 of you guys. Nothing more, nothing less. So far, it looks like there's a little bit of a gap for the 1. Not sure if the 62 has the gusto to get there. A tough judgment call to try to get there on your own. But he's watching that gap just grow out there. Something about that 1 is just cranked today. RS Fast 11 up to a top 5. Toad Warrior keeping an eye on the 6. Ben McDonald dropping spots. The 16 has to watch himself. Not sure if that contact from the last caution may have been more damaging than we thought. With how many laps are left? I think this looks like the beginning of the end for these guys. If Hyperdrive wants to maximize his position, not sure if he's playing offense or defense here. It was definitely tough for the 1 to pass the 62, but once he did initially, the 1 just took off. So Hyperdrive probably playing defense to secure 2nd. KSS 3rd, Kyle D 4th. RS Fast 11 rounds out top 5. Coming to 2 to go. It just looks like a foregone conclusion at this point. .43 at the end of his bridge. I think the only thing he can rely on is others lacking points, but Ben McDonald sits there. Toad Warrior 13th. Tiger Man doing himself a job trying to battle for a top 5 spot. White flag. One more time around. I think with how the tires are looking, it might just be too apathetic to battle each other here anymore. Through the final turns. That 1 racer is finale bound. Checkered flag. And for all the work the 43 has put in this season, it just wasn't meant to be. That was a hell of a race. Those who came up to seize their moment certainly did, while others fell to the wayside. That's all I got for this race. See you next time. Take care.